5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, Rams. This week is a special edition of Hubbard's Huddle. I'm Ellison Hubbard, and tonight I have the top football schedules of the Mountain West and one cute play. Yes, I said one cute play you must see. Let's start the break with number 5. Here we have Wyoming's football schedule. Wyoming, the rivals of the Rams, rivals of many people, but you know, the Mountain West has started to change things up using videos. For example, here, this video is, in my opinion, a little bland, just using their stadium and what they have to offer along with other stadiums as a background for who they're playing. Yes, that's a little different than what most schedules are, but it's just not appealing to the eye. I don't know if they're trying to win the contest here, because that's not going to win the contest. At least it's better than most schedules that came out with just helmets or just with the picture in the background. It's a video, so I like it, and it made my number 5. So Wyoming here in their schedule, I think CSU will be their hard team to face in the conference, because that is the border war, and the Rams have vengeance for the last 2-3 years that they have lost. And they have to face Utah. I don't know if that's going to be a good matchup right there, but you're going to Utah. That is a Pac-12 team. That is going to be a tough one for the Cowboys right there. But we're going into number 4. We have Utah State and their football schedule. Right here, they're using the mountains in Utah. I like this. It's a little different, out-of-the-box thinking right here. They're showing the date on the side and where they're traveling to or from to that team. So right here, it's just beautiful scenery. They're going to BYU, they're coming home, and they're playing San Diego State. You know, they're showing everybody what they have to offer at Utah, and that's pretty cool right there. You know, not many people think of doing that, and not many people think about putting signs of the team they face. I don't know, that's good graphic right there. Very creative for Utah State, but can they win the games? Yes, they have a beautiful looking schedule, but can they win? That's all that matters in that moment. Their hardest game will be, I think, CSU, because CSU has been winning or losing, matter of fact, against Utah State, and they have vengeance just like they did against Wyoming, against Utah State, and Utah State goes to play Washington. Matter of fact, they play Washington and Washington State, so that's going to be a tough one to go back-to-back in Washington. Going on to number 3, we have Fresno State. I like this. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but they play sound effects with who they play. You know, they have CU. That's surprising to me, because usually CSU plays CU every year, but CU plays them. They play Colorado State at Colorado State. I like how they just put a nice little graphic there, the state or the stadium, and just showing you what that stadium or what that school has. So I like that right there for the Fresno State Bulldogs. That made it number 3. That's even cool right there with October 31st to Halloween. You know, everybody's using the Vegas sign, so that's cool. But just to show all of the stadiums or the area around who they're playing is pretty cool. Now, who they face, Texas A&M, that's going to be a hard one out of state. You know, you're going to have to really game plan against them. That's the new coaching staff they have. Can they win against Texas A&M? That is huge. Jimbo Fisher definitely isn't going to lose to a Mountain West team. And they play Air Force. So I think Air Force might be a tough one, because Air Force every year has the option, and the option, who can stop it? You know, now there's teams out there that can game plan like Navy, but that's just going to be a tough team to face. We're going to number 2. Number 2 is Air Force, right? Air Force, look at this schedule right here. When I first watched it, I was like, this is out of the box thinking right here. Very creative, very, very different for Air Force. You're in the Air Force, you go to fly and fight, but they're out here thinking very different. Harry Potter, you see, they got that here. I find this very funny. You know, the Bulldog right here is right here. This is funny. She's like, come here, baby. You're mad at me. The Bulldog doesn't want to. Bulldog has nothing to do with it. The Bulldog's mad, upset. This one was funny when it came to Navy. He was scared about the ship crashing. It's funny. Air Force, you don't think of them as funny. You think of them as serious, I got to win type team. So their tough team is going to be CSU. That's a game every year they have to face. At home or away, is for the Ram Falcon Trophy. Can they win this year? They've been good so far, but can they beat CSU and the Rams? And then they go to face Navy. Navy is always a tough team for them. Can they win that? We'll see. At number 1, we have our very own CSU Rams at the number 1 schedule for the Mountain West. They're using beer here to appeal to students, fans that love beer. Colorado, they really like beer out here. So, and I like they put the label on there of the team. It's kind of funny how they design the labels. This is UNC, Farmer Bear. It's a lot different down in Greeley, Colorado. Vandy, I just like the way that they took time to put a label and put it on there, on a bottle, and just have people either open the fridge. It's a little different. At the time, they were practicing, so they were like, we're going to film this while they out there practicing. So the number 1 team they're going to face and beat is Air Force this year. Can they beat and win the Ram Falcon Trophy? And, of course, Wyoming is also a tough team for the Board Award. And instead of an epic fail of the week, I found a play that deserves all the attention in the world. This is the cute play of the week. We have Percy the dog, that's his name, and they're in Oracle Arena, the Warriors game. This is halftime. He's on his hind legs, just trying to get the dunk in. Oh, he falls down, but wait, he gets back up, and he's going to finish this dunk off with a little bit of tenacity. Little man finishing it off. I like it. But Rams, that ends this Hubbard's Huddle of the week. Don't go anywhere because Rachel, Ethan, Hunter, and I sit down to answer your questions for this week's Down in the DMs coming up next.